Hello, survival students. Welcome to our most adventurous English lesson yet. Today, we're heading into the wilderness with Emma and John as they face the ultimate survival challenge. You'll learn essential outdoor vocabulary, emergency phrases, and how to communicate when it really matters. Ready to test your survival English? Let's begin.
Well, this is it, Emma. Welcome to Wilderness Challenge. For the next 48 hours, we'll need to rough it out here with just these basic supplies.
Rough it? What does that mean exactly? And where's the, actual building?
No buildings. Rough it means we'll be sleeping under the stars, foraging for food, and building our own shelter. Real survival stuff.
Building our own shelter? Like making a house from scratch? I've never even pitched a tent before. This is way outside my comfort zone.
That's the challenge. First, we need to scope out a safe location. High ground, away from rivers, good visibility.
Scope out? Does that mean look carefully for something?
Exactly. Investigate and find the best spot. We'll need to pick up some survival skills quickly out here. But don't worry, I'll walk you through everything.
Okay, I'm nervous but excited. Let's give it our best shot. But you promise you'll help me out when I get stuck?
Absolutely. We'll take it step by step. First, let's gear up with our survival kits and head out to find our campsite. And bundle up. It gets cold out here at night.
Bundle up. Okay, more new phrases. I guess I'm about to learn survival English the hard way.
Excellent. Let's break down those essential survival expressions you just heard in the scene. When John said they need to rough it, he was using a very common expression that means to live without comforts or luxury. It's what we do when we go camping or face basic conditions, voluntarily accepting a simpler, tougher lifestyle temporarily. Sleep under the stars is a poetic expression for sleeping outdoors with no roof over your head. It's often used romantically to describe outdoor adventures. Pitch a tent is the specific verb we use for setting up a tent. It's important to note that in English, we always use pitch with tent. It's a fixed combination that needs to be learned together. Scope out means to carefully examine and evaluate a place before making a decision. It can be used in many contexts, from looking for a camping spot to checking out a new restaurant. Walk someone through is a very useful expression that means to guide someone step by step through a process. It shows patience and willingness to help. And bundle up is crucial for any outdoor activity. It means to wear warm clothing, especially when spending time in the cold. Now, let's practice these survival phrases together. We're going to rough it this weekend. Let's pitch the tent before dark. I'll walk you through the process. Bundle up, it's cold outside. We need to scope out the area. Great job! You're mastering this adventure vocabulary.
Okay, Emma. We need to find a spot that's safe and comfortable. Let's look around this clearing. It's flat and protected from the wind.
Look around? You mean explore the area? And what makes a good spot exactly?
We need high ground so water doesn't pool up if it rains. Also, we should clear away any rocks or branches before we set up our shelter.
Pool up, clear away. So many new phrases, but I'm starting to pick up the patterns. Let me help gather up some branches for the shelter frame.
Great idea! You're catching on fast. While you do that, I'll lay out the tarp and figure out how to prop it up with these poles.
Prop it up, like make it stand. I think I messed up this knot. Can you show me how to tie it down properly?
No problem. Let me walk you through it again. We need to secure it well so it doesn't come loose during the night.
Wow, the shelter's coming together. I never thought I could help build something like this. I'm actually getting the hang of survival skills.
You're doing amazing. Now let's gather up some firewood before it gets dark. We'll need to keep the fire going through the night for warmth.
Wonderful! Now let's explore those practical phrasal verbs from the campsite scene. These are incredibly useful for any collaborative activity, not just survival situations. When John said look around, he was using a simple but essential phrasal verb that means to explore or examine an area visually. You can look around a new neighborhood, look around a store, or look around a potential home site. Pool up is a great visual phrase. It describes how water collects in low areas. This is crucial knowledge for camping, but you might also hear it in everyday contexts like water pooled up on the floor after the spill. Clear away means to remove obstacles or clutter. You clear away dishes after dinner. Clear away debris from a path, or clear away old files from your computer. Set up continues to be one of our most versatile phrasal verbs. Here, it specifically means to arrange or assemble something. The pattern continues with prop up, to support something in an upright position, and tie down, to secure something firmly. Come together is a beautiful expression for when things start working together as a whole. A project can come together, plans can come together, or, in this case, a shelter comes together. Get the hang of is an invaluable idiom, meaning to become skilled at something through practice. It implies that initial difficulty is giving way to competence. Now, let's practice these collaborative phrases. Let's look around this area first. We need to clear away these branches. The project is finally coming together. I'm getting the hang of this slowly. Can you help me set up the equipment? Excellent work! You're building your phrasal verb vocabulary beautifully.
Okay, Emma, our next priority is to track down a water source. We need to find a way to get safe drinking water before dehydration sets in.
Track down? Like hunt for water? And what does sets in mean?
Exactly. We need to look for signs of water, animal tracks, green vegetation, or low-lying areas. Sets in means when a condition like thirst or cold begins to affect us.
Look, I came across some animal tracks heading downhill. Should we follow along this path?
Great spotting. Those deer tracks might lead to a stream. Let's head down this way and check it out. But remember, we can't drink straight from natural sources.
Why not? It looks clean.
Even clear water can have bacteria. We'll need to boil it down for at least 5 minutes to kill off any pathogens. It's better to be safe than sorry.
Boil it down. So we heat up the water until it's safe. I'm starting to see why survival skills are so important.
You catch it on quickly. Let's fill up our bottles here, then make our way back to camp to get a fire going for purification.
I never realized how much work goes into basic survival. This really makes me appreciate modern comforts.
Excellent. Now let's dive into those crucial survival phrases you just heard. These expressions are incredibly useful, not just for wilderness situations, but for everyday problem solving too. When John said track down, he used a phrasal verb that means to search for and find something through investigation. You can track down information online, track down a good restaurant, or track down an old friend. It implies a determined search. Sets in describes when a condition or feeling begins and becomes established. We often use it for weather, like darkness sets in, or emotions, like doubt sets in, or physical states like thirst or fatigue. Came across is perfect for accidental discoveries. You might come across an interesting article, come across an old photo album, or come across a great coffee shop while exploring. Boil down has both literal and figurative meanings. Literally, it means to reduce liquid through boiling. Figuratively, we say it all boils down to, meaning the essential point is. Kill off is strong but useful. It means to eliminate completely. You can kill off bacteria, kill off a bad habit, or in business, kill off an unprofitable product. The expression better safe than sorry is a classic English proverb, meaning it's wiser to be cautious now than to regret it later. It's used in countless situations, from health to finance to travel. Now let's practice these essential problem-solving phrases. We need to track down the source. The fatigue is starting to set in. I came across this amazing book. It all boils down to preparation. Better safe than sorry. Wonderful! You're building such practical English skills for real-life situations.
We need to find something to eat soon. My stomach won't hold out much longer.
You're right. We're burning through our energy reserves. Let's look for edible plants and maybe set up a simple fishing line if we come across a stream.
Edible plants? How do we tell the difference between safe and poisonous ones? I don't want to end up sick out here.
Good question. We'll stick to basic rules. Avoid mushrooms unless you're expert. Look for berries birds are eating and steer clear of anything with milky sap or bitter smell.
Over there, I came across some blackberry bushes, and they're covered in berries. Can we live on just berries, though?
Great find! Berries will tide us over until we figure out protein sources. Let's pick only the ripe ones and leave behind the green ones to grow into next week's food.
I never thought I'd be picking berries for survival. It's actually kind of peaceful once you get into the rhythm. I'm getting used to this outdoor life.
You're turning into a real survivalist. After we fill up on berries, let's try our hand at fishing. I brought along some line and hooks just in case.
Wonderful! Now let's digest those essential food and survival phrases. This vocabulary applies to many everyday situations beyond just wilderness contexts. Running on empty is a vivid idiom meaning to have no energy left, like a car with no fuel. You might say this after a long workday or when you skipped meals. Tide over means to provide just enough to survive temporarily. A small snack can tide you over until dinner, or a loan can tide you over until payday. Steer clear of is crucial advice, meaning to avoid completely. You might steer clear of trouble, steer clear of certain foods if allergic, or steer clear of unreliable people. Live on describes surviving with limited resources. You could live on rice and beans, live on a small budget, or live on hope during difficult times. Get into the rhythm of means to become comfortable with a routine or a pattern. You might get into the rhythm of a new job, get into the rhythm of exercise, or get into the rhythm of parenting. Turn into shows transformation over time. Someone might turn into a great cook, turn into a morning person, or, like Emma, turn into a survivalist. Now let's practice these nourishing phrases. I'm running on empty today. This snack will tide me over. Steer clear of that area at night. We can live on less than we think. I'm getting into the rhythm of this. Excellent! You're building sustainable English skills.
John, I can't believe we actually made it through the 48 hours. We pulled this off. There were moments I thought I wouldn't get through the night, but we stuck together and figured it out.
You were amazing, Emma. You came through when it mattered most, from building shelter to finding food. You turned into a real survival expert.
I learned so much about myself out here. I never knew I could start a fire, purify water, or identify edible plants. This experience changed how I see everything.
That's what wilderness challenges do. They bring out your inner strength. You showed great teamwork and resilience, and you helped me see things differently too. Your fresh perspective made all the difference when we were trying to solve problems.
I think I hear the rescue team coming. I'm actually going to miss this place. But yes, I'm ready to sleep in a real bed again.
Me too. We earned this survival experience. Let's pack up our gear and head back to civilization.
Congratulations! You've completed an incredible survival English journey. Let's do a final recap of all the essential phrases we learned through Emma and John's adventure. We started with basic camp setup, rough it, pitch a tent, scope out, set up camp, bundle up, all crucial for any outdoor adventure. Then we moved to survival skills. Track down, boil down, kill off, pick up skills, get the hang of. Perfect for learning any new ability. Weather challenges taught us roll in, batten down, ride it out, wait out, hang in there. Invaluable for enduring difficult times. Food gathering introduced run on empty, tide over, steer clear of, live on, turn into. Great for resource management.
And finally, triumph phrases. Make it through. Pull off. Come through. Stick together. Dig deep. Essential for teamwork and success. Remember, these phrases aren't just for survival situations. They apply to everyday life, work challenges, personal goals, and any situation requiring perseverance. Now, let's practice our top 10 survival phrases one more time. We need to rough it this weekend. Let's pitch the tent before dark. We should batten down for the storm. This snack will tide me over. Hang in there. It will get better. I'm getting the hang of this. We need to stick together. You really came through for me. We made it through the challenge. Time to dig deep and keep going.
Amazing work! You've now mastered survival English that will help you in wilderness situations and everyday life. Download your complete survival phrase PDF in the description below. And don't forget to subscribe for our next adventure. Maybe urban survival in a big city. Keep practicing and remember, you can overcome any challenge with the right words. See you next time.